guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessie, and first of all, thank you for checking out this video. I really hope you enjoy it. So today I will be doing a nursing school supplies haul for you. If you don't already know, I'm about to go into my second and final year of nursing school. I'm in a 2-year associates program at a community college and I love it. I cannot believe that this time next year I will be graduated and hopefully either have already sat the NCLEX exam or am preparing for the NCLEX. So it's wild. This time next year I will be a nurse, and yeah, I figured I would just show you my supplies and what I actually use in school and clinical, and hopefully this helps you guys if you are thinking about becoming a nurse. So the first thing, and probably the most important thing of being a nursing student, is a stethoscope. This is my one. It's like a purple color with a rainbow, sort of like a reflective rainbow head. So this is the Littman cardiology stethoscope. Littman is probably the most well-known company. There are a bunch of other ones, but I think most students go with Littman, and the prices range pretty significantly. The cheapest one I think I remember seeing is maybe like $70 or $80, and then they range up to like $250, $300, which is crazy. Mine was on the pricier side. I think mine was like $170 and then maybe like $200 with the engraving, just because a lot of people recommended that I do it for like safety reasons. People have told me that they either lose their stethoscopes, which I don't know how you could lose it, like it's always around the nurse's neck, but no judgment. But what freaked me out is that people told me that they also get stolen a lot, which is like super disappointing because we're meant to be nurses, and nurses are like, you know, the most trusted profession out there. So, you know, that's not something to look forward to, but I guess there's always going to be those people, like, no matter what career you're in. So it's better to just kind of like protect your investment. The reason I got a bit of a pricier one is because I was lucky enough to have this as a gift from my dad. It was like his, you know, supporting gift for me starting nursing school, and he just told me to get like a good one from the get-go. I know this probably isn't the case for everyone. A lot of people that I spoke to in school said that they wanted to start off with a very cheap one, and then, you know, once they actually graduate, maybe they'll invest in a better one. But me personally, I just wanted to start off with like a pretty good one that I'm not going to need to upgrade. Like, I'd rather start off with a good quality and just like look after it, if that makes sense. But I understand that not everybody is going to be able to afford this, and like I said, I was lucky enough to get it as a gift. But yeah, that is my stethoscope, and we love her. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a blood pressure cuff. Now, this isn't something that I bought before starting nursing school, and I really wish I had. One of the first things that you're actually going to learn in nursing school is how to take a manual blood pressure, and for this you need the blood pressure cuff and your stethoscope. So I had the stethoscope, but I didn't have the cuff, and when we were learning them in clinical, it was pretty easy, but it still took a lot of practice because everyone's different, and like some of my friends I could do it perfectly on, and then some of them I literally could not hear anything. And in nursing school, once you learn a new skill, you get to practice it for a few weeks, and then you get a skill check off. You would be partnered with another student, and then I would be having to take the student's blood pressure at the same time as the professor was taking it on the other arm, and that way she could tell if we were accurate enough. So although I practice a lot in school, I really wish I had the actual cuff so that I could practice on people at home and friends and everything like that, because I feel like it took me a little bit longer than most of the students to really perfect this skill. So yeah, this was maybe like $30 off Amazon. I would definitely recommend getting one of these before nursing school, and you know, even like looking it up on YouTube, like trying to teach yourself how to do this before nursing school starts. It will really get you ahead of the game. So the next thing I'm going to talk about are my scissors. This is something that I did purchase before starting nursing school, and almost nobody else in my program had got them, but I kind of felt silly because they're so chunky, and you know, some of the nurses that are actually at the hospitals working, they have much smaller ones, so I was like, oh, what am I doing with these big like shears? But I like the clip because they clip right onto my pants, and they're there if you need them. The first few weeks of clinicals, it kind of annoyed me because they would be like dangling around and like whacking me as I walked, and I was like, ugh, I haven't even used them, like what do I need them for? But revelation, towards the end of my first semester, basically I was shadowing a nurse, and it was actually a really cool experience. Instead of like being responsible for a patient myself, it was more exposure to different types of patients. I remember clear as day, she was like, oh crap, like I forgot my scissors, and I was like, I got some. And she was so impressed that I had them, and that like as a student I was prepared, and I just felt really great. Like it was just one of those moments I was like, those $10 Amazon scissors really paid off. Sitting on my pants, pissing me off for the last semester, but there was a purpose. So yeah, get some of these. There's a bunch of different ones on Amazon or like medical websites They're usually around $10, but you'll need them. And then in my second semester, I did start using them myself a lot more because we learned to do wound dressings and things like that. So they did come in handy, but definitely have them, because if you are the only student that has them, you will stand out to your professors and to the other nurses. So this is the pen light. There are a bunch of different ones, again, off Amazon. I got a 2-pack, so I have this white one and then a pink one. One is more of a soft light and one's a brighter light, but I honestly can't tell the difference too much, and I don't think it matters, correct me if I'm wrong. But these are used for neuro assessments, so it has, here I'll show you. So it has the size of the pupils right there. We shine it into the patient's eyes, and there's like a specific maneuver that you will learn, and basically it tells us how well the eye is dilating. So these, again, not a lot of students had them. A bunch of them did, but like it definitely wasn't everyone. So again, when we started doing neuro assessments in our second semester, for some reason we weren't doing them in our first semester, even though it's part of the head-to-toe assessment. But I think that was just our professor or maybe our unit at the hospital, I'm not sure about that. But in second semester, once we started doing our own neuro assessments, this was great because I already had them, and I think I'm actually going to order more as well because I've lost the pink one, so it's always good to have a spare one in case I lose the white one. This is something, again, I didn't have at the start of the semester. I think I got it maybe like 2 months into the first semester because I realized it would really benefit me, and almost every other student had one, so I don't know how I missed that memo. Basically, it's a badge reel clip, so it goes right onto my scrub shirt, and you know, I have my badges. I got a 2-pack and I gave the other one to a student because she didn't have one. Funny story, she said thanks to the wrong student the next day for having one, and I'm like, hey, I gave you that, and she's like, oh my gosh. But yeah, get a badge clip. So a lot of people told me to prepare for all the terrible smells as a nurse, and I got the Vicks Vapor Rub to prepare for this, and it did help me in a few scenarios in the first few weeks of clinical, but then I realized how inconvenient it is to have a tub and have to like physically get it out and rub it. So I have started using a peppermint essential oil. I know essential oils are pretty big right now, but I've used essential oils in my house a long time just because of like the safety for pets over like candles and sprays and stuff. But this is peppermint, and it's super strong, and it's also small, which is a lot easier to keep in one of my pockets. But basically anytime I have a patient that, you know, is going to require some extra smelly cleanup, I quickly take it out, dab it on my nose, and I can't smell a thing. So when you're in the hospital as a student, you're going to be expected to write down a lot of notes about your patient. You sometimes get report from another student from another school or shift. Maybe you're getting a report from the previous nurse. Whatever it might be, you need to take notes. And because we don't have, like, we have access to the patient's report on the computer, but we don't have like official charts to document because we're not like the full nurse yet. So what we are recommended to do is carry notepads. What I got was these little like memo pads. It came with like I think 12, and I have all of these cute different colors. And basically what I'll do is I'll probably get through one of these a week, so I only have 2 clinicals a week, but you know, they're only small pages, but they're just a lot more convenient. It's like less bulky in my pocket, and I can just rip out the pages after that patient's been discharged, or you know, it's the next shift. Obviously once I'm a nurse, I'm not going to need these because I'm going to be actual charting in the computer, but for now, as a student, these are a lifesaver. Next thing is this nursing clip book. I did buy this last summer, but I didn't use it the whole first semester just because, again, it was so bulky and kind of annoyed me. But in second semester, it really kind of got my vote, let's say, because we had to do our notes without accessing the computer a lot of the time just because our uni got so crazy busy, and this was just perfect for kind of like leaning at the front counter or like writing notes while I'm in a patient's room. Open it up, do your notes, and then close it and slip it into your scrub pocket. So very handy to get. And then on the outside it has a bunch of like lab values, so it has, you know, standard white blood cell count, heart rate, respiratory rate, temperature, height and weight if you want to calculate BMI. Not that we really have to do that, but it's there if you need it. And then the main thing, it has all the standard lab values here at the top, which is super helpful, which we do need to know off by heart, but if you're ever in a bind, it's here. I think this was maybe like $15 or $20 off Amazon. I will link it down below for you, but get one because it will help. So this is my watch. You need a secondhand watch while in nursing school. Again, for taking manual blood pressures, and then also if you are timing like respirations or things like that. You can't use Apple Watches or anything that's like digital based. You do need a very simple secondhand watch. This was maybe $40 and it was very cute. Now it's all like stained and stuff, but it gets the job done, and I will be using this until it breaks. This is the planner I got last year. I will link it down below, but it is very expensive. I think I spent like $60 and I really wish I hadn't. I did use it religiously because I kind of told myself, like, I've spent so much money, I better get my money's worth. But for this upcoming school year, I am not buying an expensive one. I'm gonna go to like Marshall's or Target or something and just get like a cheap $10 one, because it does the same thing. As cute as this was, it was just a purchase out of excitement because I was like, yay, I'm in nursing school, I gotta have cute things and prepare and personalize things. I definitely advise having a planner. Just maybe don't spend as much money as me, even though they are adorable. So like if you do want to spend money and get a really cute one and like be really professional, I'll give you the link so that you can check them out. But if not, Target works just as well. The stethoscope holder, oh, it kind of matches my nails. It is really cute, like I said, and it opens up. You can put your stethoscope in one side. I have my notebooks again. Oh, you guys, I found my other pen light. I thought I lost it at the hospital. There we go, there's the pink version that I was telling you about. But yeah, it is a very handy thing. I just never used it because, like I said, when I'm at clinical, my stethoscope is either around my neck or in my bag in the car on the way home. Like if I'm at clinical, it is always on me, so there's never any need for me to just have it in a box, if that makes sense. So I think this was like probably 20 bucks that I could have saved, because I think I've probably put my stethoscope in there once. So yeah, if you were thinking about buying one of these, maybe give it a second thought, because it might be a waste of money for you too. One last thing, these note cards I got on the internet. I will link them down below for you, and I basically read all these before I started nursing school and they were super helpful. It just kind of gave me an insight into all of the fundamentals of nursing. I have a bunch of different ones. Some are for pharmacology, some are fundamentals, some are like skill-based for the clinicals, and yeah, very helpful. Were quite pricey, but really gave me like a good start to the semester, and I felt like a little bit more prepared than probably I would have without these. So yeah, definitely read ahead, try and prepare for school, guys, because it is intense. But hopefully this video gives you a bit of insight into the nursing essentials, let's say. Like I said at the start, some things I didn't buy until the end of my first semester or even into my second semester, and I really wish I had got earlier, just because I think it would have benefited me a lot more. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you, and like always, if you have any questions for me, feel free to comment down below or DM me on Instagram and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you're all staying safe in this crazy time that we're in with the pandemic, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!